Oh, Nico, did you see that trailer?
No.
News. I don't know if you saw this or not, Nico, but like, did you see?
No.
Oh, so hey, Nico, did you hear about?
No.
What kind of gamer are you anyway? So here's everything I think Nico should know about from video game news the week of October 25th, 2021. Okay, let's get the serious stuff out of the way first. As a longtime fan and player of Blizzard video games, I've been following the news about all the lawsuits. This week, the next Blizzcon line was cancelled in order to work on reimagining the event. In addition, Blizzard published a press release with a letter from CEO Bobby Kotick. In it, he listed changes to policies including updating their harassment policy, increasing the number of women and transgender people in their workforce, and waiving forced arbitration for sexual harassment and discrimination claims. They have a long road ahead of them, but I'm glad to see them taking steps in this direction. You can read the whole thing at the link in the description below. Now on to the fun stuff. The Pixel Remaster version of Final Fantasy V has a release date, November 10th. I haven't decided if I'm going to buy it yet, although Ferris the Pirate is one of my favorite Final Fantasy characters of all time, so we'll see. Shoji Meguro, composer and arranger of the Persona and some of the Shin Megami Tensei soundtracks, has left Atlus to develop indie games. Not to worry, however, he will still be composing music for Atlus in a freelance capacity. Honestly, I think people would riot if Atlus had to find a new composer for their Persona series. If you're not familiar with his work, I highly recommend checking out the soundtrack for Persona 5. It's on Spotify and probably on other streaming platforms as well. Speaking of Atlus, while I was researching Shoji Meguro, I stumbled upon a new trailer for Shin Megami Tensei 5. I absolutely love this series of games. You recruit demons to fight more demons to recruit more demons, and then you can combine them into new, more powerful demons. It's really fun, and it's releasing on Nintendo Switch on November 12th. I cannot wait. There's a new trailer for Square Enix's upcoming tactics RPG, Triangle Strategy. I loved Final Fantasy Tactics on the PS1, but I have yet to find another tactics RPG that can hold my attention. I typically start them and never finish. In Triangle Strategy, I'm intrigued by what looks like morality scales, kind of like the light and dark force choices in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Also, I love the art style. It looks very similar to Octopath Traveler. Triangle Strategy is scheduled to release on Nintendo Switch on March 4th next year. Niantic has a new walking simulator out. Pikmin Bloom is basically a pedometer with a Pikmin skin. This app, which is available on both the Google Play Store and the iOS App Store, is much less interactive than Pokemon Go, but it's definitely cute. And I'm hoping that it will encourage me to get up off my ass and take walks. If there's one thing we all know that I love, it's cute things. And Pikmin are really cute. As you take steps, you grow Pikmin. Then you can feed them nectar, and they give you flower petals, which your Pikmin can use to plant flowers along your walking routes. At the end of every day, you're asked to rate your day, so it's definitely got those wellness features from other fitness apps built in as well. There was a PlayStation State of Play on October 27th. Typically, I'm a huge Sony fangirl, but I have to admit that I was kind of nonplussed. There were announcements and trailers for a bunch of games, including Deathverse Let It Die, We Are OFK, a free update for Bugsnax called The Isle of Big Snacks, a new Five Nights at Freddy's game, Death's Door, Kartrider Drift, King of Fighters 15, First Class Trouble, Star Ocean The Divine Force, and Little Devil Inside. The only game out of that list that I'm even remotely interested in is Star Ocean, since I'm a huge fan of that series. However, given how generic 4 and 5 were, my enthusiasm is a bit less than it should be. It looks really pretty though, and gliding through the air looks very convenient for travel. The Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack released this week. It's $50 for an individual membership and $80 for the family one. It adds N64 and Sega Genesis games, as well as access to the upcoming paid DLC for Animal Crossing New Horizons, Happy Home Paradise. There's a lot of talk about whether these prices, which are more than double the price without the expansion pack, are worth it. Apparently, there are emulation problems with the N64 games, but I haven't tried any yet. I have tried some of the Genesis games, and I have not run into any issues. So is it worth it? For an individual, definitely not. If you're an Animal Crossing player, just buy the DLC outright. But for the family plan, absolutely, especially if all 8 slots are in use like ours. That works out to less than $1 a month per person, and it looks like we all get access to the $25 Animal Crossing DLC. I'll be sure to confirm that next week when it actually releases though. Back Back in August, Bethesda announced the Skyrim Anniversary Edition in celebration of its 10th anniversary. The game, which releases on November 11th, has a new trailer detailing some of the new quests involving Morrowind and Oblivion, and the addition of 4 pieces of Creation Club content including fishing mode, survival mode, Saints and Seducers, and rare curios. I finally got around to playing and beating Skyrim in March of last year. I should have waited for this version. Now I'm trying to decide if I'm really going to be buying it yet again. Ugh. Can't they just make Elder Scrolls 6 already? And finally, Phasmophobia released their Halloween update. We got to play it on stream on Saturday and had a great time with it. There's a new house map, a campground map, and 4 new ghosts. I really liked the campground map, even though we had a hard time with it. We're so used to thinking about the ghosts being in a room, and with a haunted campground, it really could be anywhere. Outside, inside, bathroom, house. Definitely check it out. Phew, there was lots of news last week, and I even cut some stuff out. As always, any links to trailers and other information can be found in the description below. Join me next week for more news and adventure. See ya!